What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes news for September 5th, 2024. And today, we're going to do both the breakdown for free-to-play and full-out big spenders, because this is very similar to the very first time we had Card Clash of Illusion with the Glorious Treasury and big and here. And there's an important part here because they did make this event better. You're getting more points per card used, which means you have more access to potentially more rewards. Low spenders actually get a better benefit now, it seems like, than previous as well. Free to play kind of getting about the same resources. So let's talk about this Glorious Treasury. Let's talk about the Enchanted Cards, the Card Clash of Illusion, because there's still a ton of free things for you guys to be able to get. And let's talk about that here today. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's jump right into it. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about mainly the Card Clash of Illusion and the Enchanted Cards portion, because while there is the Starlight Melody, which we'll talk about here in a second, the Soul Awakening portion has really no relevance on the glory coins for a free-to-play player. You're not really able to get to that free-to-play spot without spending at least a little bit, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's talk about possible enchanted cards. So you get 7 of them daily for a total of 49, 60 from 6,000 gems, 60 from 600 Starry Gems, whether they're contract or not, 100 from the $200 Moonlight Gift, and then 380 from 5 times purchases of the value packages, netting you a total of 649. Now remember, it takes roughly 20 enchanted cards, I'd say, on average to clear a level. So you're going to need 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, plus another 40 potentially. So like 140-ish is what you're kind of looking at. And you can see here, if you want to get to the special second floor 7, you're probably gonna have to spend some Starry Gems, and it might be worthwhile spending the Starry Gems here and not on Soul Awakenings, which will be part of the breakdown. There is one big change here to this event. The old Starlight Melody gave you 1 card for 2 points, 1 awakening for 5 points. Now they did up it a little bit, so 1 card is now getting you 3 points, and 1 awakening is netting you 6 points. That's basically taking the spoiler from last time to the spoiler this time. That does mean you can kind of like this. Oh geez, this is what most people are going to be doing. If you're, this is like the max you can kind of do free to play. Of course, you could go for more Soul Awakenings, but you don't really want to go for more because going over like 600 points just isn't really a smart plan here. Even 200 points is probably, or 200 200 points in this event is probably the best way, maybe 300. But you can see here now you can get up to like 981. Previously it was 750. That is a difference maker, but just remember, the part I'm going to kind of not talk about is you need to get to 1500 points here just to start getting glorious coins. So the only way to get there is to spend. Like, that's just hands down, you have to spend. And one of the ways you have to do it is at the very least spend $100 for a 2 times multiplier. 100 VIP will get you a 4 times multiplier. So just keep that in mind. This is not, Starlight Melody is not for the free to play. This is for mid spenders, low spenders, and those Megalodon whales. But this part of the event is very important, because if you can get up to tier 7 here, that means you're getting 10 of these coins, which are very valuable, because remember, in the Glorious Treasury, this first tier here, each one of these is 50% off for the first 4 purchases, which means you can come away with 2.5 million stellar shards just by doing that. Technically, you could get 2.5 million crystals of transcendence, which is half of a transcendence hero, but we all know that is a horrible idea. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you don't need these anymore, but you are most definitely going to always need stellar shards. The other ones aren't really an option either. I would probably even stay away from artifacts. Going for the stellar shards is just so much better. And then the only other thing to talk about is getting to shop 3. So shop 3 unlocks once you spend those first 10 glorious coins, which again, like we said, you're going to be using on those stellar crystals. So how to get there, because of course the way you have to get there is to get to floor 9 to at least get 5. Getting to floor 11 free to play seems pretty unreliable overall, especially because as you go up further in the floors, technically there's like more slots for you to put cards in. The HP level of the bosses go up and all that, so it does continue to scale up. I think last time people were getting to 9 pretty regularly with their free to play on the last day, so that was a grand total of 169 of these enchanted cards that you could get completely free to play. That did mean you're going 600 Starry Gems in. However, I would probably only consider spending your Starry Gems if you're going to get to this part. If you're only going to get, if you're not going to get to 9, that's not really worthwhile, because getting to floor 9 essentially means you get one purchase from this tier right here. It means you're getting a Core of Origin, something like that. So just for gems and Starry Gems, that's a not bad investment, because you're not having to spend Heroic Scrolls, you're not spending Wishing Coins, you're not spending Prophet Orbs, any of those things that take a long time to store up. You're just doing Starry Gems, which, I mean, is cool, but you also have to remember there's also a Soul Awakening session going on, as well as a Soul Awakening Gala. And if you're going for Destiny Transition materials, that's up to you. Of course, most people should only be going for maybe the 300 point mark total. The 200 point mark will get you the B- stone down here. Remember, this is your rank. This is not the number of points you're doing. So keep that in mind. This is an interesting event, but your Starry Gems that you're spending in the Soul Awakening Gala and the Soul Awakening session are not translating over to rewards unless you get up to 1500. And like I showed you in the breakdown here, you're basically coming up to like 1,000 points, doing 600 points in the Soul Awakening Gala, doing all the free enchanted cards, which, hold on. Why do I have this listed as 127? That's actually not even right, right? Wait a minute. I just realized I had bad math in a previous video. Go figure. I remember why the math was bad. Actually, previously we just had this right here as 7 because we thought we were only getting 1 card every day, but in fact we ended up getting 7 because the graphics on like the spoilers was really bad. That does change it up a little bit. That does mean you can get like 1,100 points, but again, it's still not quite getting there. It's not quite enough. This might be a good event for like a $100 spender. Even a $200 spender can be pretty solid. But yeah, just keep in mind the points did get better, so that does make it more enticing. But either way, you went from like what, 840, you're now able to get to 1,100. So that is a decent difference there. But the fact that it's 1,500, not the best, because remember, this is probably a decent value for those that are, I want to say, I guess big. I mean, $100 is a lot of money for a mobile game. You have to remember that. But as far as spenders go in this game, that's not a lot. You're getting 2 times the rewards. You're getting 15 additional cards. Like, that would get you some decent rewards potentially. But yeah, free to play. This event's gonna be much easier to get free to play up to 9 now that I think of it, because before I was going off of 127, and now it's what, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60. Is close, like is close to getting to level 9, but I don't think you can quite get there free to play unless you get like a really good luck strategy with the cards you get, the damage bonuses, and what you're doing in the card clash. So that's the breakdown. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll put all of this corrected information in the description if you want to do your own math to make sure I'm not messing it up. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.